Memory Bound, and we're doing Tuesday Technique today. And yes, I'm wearing red because we're gonna do some Christmas projects. And this is one that Maggie passed on to me. She saw it on Artie Miss on Instagram. And she's like, Dawn, you need to make that. And I just loved it when I saw it. This is my project that I finished. And look at the ribbon is all clean and crisp and everything. And then I saw Maggie's. And look at how cute Maggie's is. I love the crinkle. So we're gonna show you how to make that today, along with several other fun techniques. So we're gonna start by crinkling our ribbon because we're gonna need to come back to this. Take your seam binding ribbon that we have here, wet it up. My pad here a little bit. Some water on that too. And I'm gonna run my ribbon through there, wad it up, and then I'm gonna throw it over to the side here and just let it dry. The other technique that we're going to do today, and I don't know if you can see from these tags, but we used texture paste, and then while the texture paste was still wet, we put some gold embossing powder on it. This one I used pearl. You ink over it, you can see it even better. How fun that makes that this coaster. So we're gonna just take one of our round coasters, and I liked this star stencil. Just laid it on there, and we're going to use the transparent paste, and I'm using gloss because that's what we had open here. It doesn't really matter, you can use matte. So you just get a little bit of that on your spatula and just glide it over, lift it off, and while it's still wet, we're gonna sprinkle our embossing powder on it. And there we go. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but look at how it's bubbling up. And then you know it's working. We're just gonna take our coaster now that we've embossed, and we're just gonna ink it up around the edges. And we're just gonna get a little bit around the edges. And I wanted to leave it a little bit lighter in the center. There's our coaster. Now we get to start decorating it. I absolutely had a blast die cutting a whole bunch of evergreen. I love the evergreen dies that they have. So I just sat and started die cutting. These are two brand new ones that just came out. Some older ones that we have. I think this one maybe a couple years ago. This was maybe last year. Then we can just start layering them, and you can cut them apart if they're a little too big. We use our fine tip adhesive here to just glue the top of this down. We have these really cool pine cones that you saw in this set of dies, and I cut them out of two different colors, and I didn't even punch all of the little pieces out because I thought it looked actually more natural. I'm just gonna glue that on, and then I'm gonna start layering some more of the greenery over top of it. So we've added all of our greenery and our pine cones to our coaster. Okay, I know a lot of you have asked how to make this bow. So we're just gonna wrap it around your fingers, and you can use 3 fingers or 4 fingers, just depending on how big that you want it. Once I get it cut, I'll tie it with some twine. So we made our little bow, and I tied it with the string, and now I'm just pulling out all of the ribbons. Hopefully all of you have a crocodile because that punches through everything, all these layers. So we're just gonna punch a hole in the top, and then we're gonna tie our bow onto our coaster. And on this other one, I tied a little bell in the middle, which I love. We're just gonna tie this on, and we can always add the bell later. But look at what a difference it makes when you scrunch up your ribbon and you crinkle it. I just love that look. So on this coaster, I just added some brass liquid pearls to just jazz it up. And I'm gonna do that also on this one, where we're just gonna add it to the berries just to give them some dimension to kind of match our stars. So you just squeeze a little bit onto the berries and then set it aside and allow it to dry. I'm going to tie these onto all of my packages this year for Christmas. I love these little coasters. You can make them, tie them onto packages, or tie them on your trees. Thanks for watching.